Alright guys, so in this video we will be learning how to access Numpy array elements. We will be learning how to access 1D array element, 2D array elements and 3D array elements. First we will be learning pictographically, then we will be do some practical work while using Jupyter Notebook. So we will be learning as well negative indexing. So let me show you first that we have learned in previous video that how you can create 1D arrays, 2D arrays, 3D arrays within NumPy. After that we have checked number of dimension. So I hope that you have watched the previous video. So here in this video we'll be learning access array elements. So first we need to learn right here because it's easy to check it pictographically. So as you can see, this is 1D array and it has 5 elements, 1 2 3 4 5. Now we know that first element has index 0, second element has index 1 and up to n number. So here I want to access this third element. So what I will do, I will simply specify the array name, then this square brackets, and within this square brackets I will specify the index number. So I know that my index number is 2 and this 2 index number is for 3. So I will simply write here 2 and it will give me this 3 value. Now if you want to access 2D array, then we know that 2D array has table forms or matrix form. Okay, so here we have rows and columns. Now here as you can see 0 1 2, this means we have 3 rows and here we have 3 columns, and this will have also 0 1 and 2. Now I want to access this 3, so I know that this is the first row, that is 0. So I will simply specify here 0. After that I will give comma so that it separate this row. After that I'll specify the column. So I know that I have 3 column, 0 that has 1 value, 1 that has 2 value and 2 that has 3 value. So 0 and 2 will provide me 3. So means I have to write here 0 row and 2 column, because at 0 row and second column I have 3 value. Now we will discuss it later. So let's start it. So first here let me zoom in a bit. So let me, array indexing is the same as accessing an array element. Okay, so whatever you call it, access array element or indexing an array element, it means that you want to grab that element. You can access an array element by referring to its index number. So means we can use index number to access that element. The indexes in NumPy array start with 0. Then it means that the first element will have 0 index, meaning that the first element has index 0 and the second has index 1 up to n number of elements. Now first you need to import NumPy. After that let me create here an array, single dimension array. So we will be using NumPy, and NumPy has a function that is array that will generate you array. So 1 2 3 4 5. Now we have 5 elements. Now here I want to access this third one. So this is a single dimension array and it has 5 elements. So it means it has 4 indexes that will be started from 0 up to 4. That means 5. So one exists on 0, second element exists on 1 index, third one exists on 2 index. So I will be saying print then array name, after that this square bracket, and this within this we have to give index number. So 3 has index number 2. After that shift and enter, so it will provide us 3. Now I want to access 4, so it existed on 3, so it has 3 index, so I will give 3. Now it will return me this 4. Okay, now we have another example. It says that get third and fourth elements from the following array and add them. Means you have to get this third element and fourth element, then you have to add it. So what I will do, I will here use another variable that will be add. After that I will give it array element third. Now it has index 2. After that I'll be using operator plus, so that I can add them. After that again array, because this time we want to grab this fourth element and it has index number 3. After that I will simply run it. So shift enter. As you can see, it has returned us 7 because 4 and 3 adds equal to 7. So you can simply first grab and add them and store them within another variable and print them. After that, we will check access 2D arrays. Now to access elements from 2D arrays, we can use comma separated integer representing the dimension and the index of the element. It means that at the left side value, let me first here copy the above array, this one, Control C, and simply let me paste it right here. Now within this, I will generate my own 2D array. So within this, we have 1 2 3 4 5. Suppose first row and the second row will have 6 7 8 9 and 10 or 20 or whatever you give it. So we have this 2D array. Now let me show you here. As I have mentioned at the start of this video, when you want to access 2D array element, then you have to specify row index and column index. So for that, what we will do, suppose I want to get this element, to grab this element. Now this is my first row, it has index number 0, and this is my second row and it has index number 1. Now first what I will do, I will specify index number row index 1. After that I will check the value that is 8. It means that this is my third column. So 0 1 2. Now my third column exists on 2 index. So what I will do, I will simply say print, and within this I will specify array. Now first I will give it here index number of row. So row is 1. After that comma, now I have to give a value index for column. So this is third column. Now it has index number 2. So it will grab me this at value. So enter. As you can see here we have at. Now I want to grab this 5 element here, 5. So now this is our row 0. So I will specify here 0. Okay, and after that we have to specify column index. So this is 5th, means 4th value. So I will give it here 4 index, not value. Value is 5, but it has index 4. So enter. It will give me this 5 value. Okay. Now see example. It says that access the element on the second row, 5th column. So means this row. Now it has 1 index and 5th column. So 5th column is this one. Okay. So what I will do, I will simply write here print, and after that array, and first row and 5th column has 4th index. So enter. It will give me this 10. Okay. Now it's time to access 3D array. It is a bit complicated if you are a beginner. Okay, to access elements from 3D arrays, we can use comma separated integers representing the dimensions and the index of the element. So let me show you it pictographically. Now as you can see, this red square bracket open and this red square bracket close, this represent 3D array. Now within this 3D array we have two 2D array, first one and second one. So here first we need within this 3D array which 2D array you want to access. So suppose I want to access this second 2D array. Now this first 2D array has an index number 0, and the second 2D array that is within this 3D array, it has index 1. So I want this 2D array, so I will specify here index number 1. Okay, 1. After that comma. Now again the same method, row and column. So here such as I want to access this 5, so this is row 1, this one. So I'll specify here 1, and this 5 exists on column 1. So I'll specify here 1, and it will grab me this 5. So let's see it practically. Now this is 3D array, and within this 3D array I have two 2D array. Okay, not 2D array. There are, let me create my own array. So let me remove this one. Okay, within this I will create here 1 2 3 4 5, and within we have already discussed how to create 3D array in the previous video. And here 3 2 4 5 6 7. Okay, now this is 2D array. Now simply let me control X C, so to copy it, after that comma and paste. Now this is our second array. Okay, so within this 3D array we have two array. This one is 2D and this one is 2D. This 2D array has index number 0 and this 2D array has index number 1. Now if I want to get this 2D array element, first I need to specify its index number, that is 1. Now after that there we have again two columns, rows. So if I want to get this row, this one, then I have to specify 1. If I want to get this row element, then I have to specify here 0 index number. So suppose I want to grab this element, so let me show you. Simply write here print. Now within this print array name, after that square bracket, first you need to specify here dimension for 3D array, that which 2D array you want to get. First at index 0, the second one for index 1. So I want to get this one, so 1. Now within this one we have again two rows. So here I want to get this one, this 5, or say let me change this 6, 10. I want to grab this 10. So here we have to specify again 1, because this row has index number 1. So I will give it here 1. Now within this array element I want to grab this one. So it has 0 1 2 3, 4. So I have to give it 4 and enter. As you can see, it has returned 7. Okay, let me give it 3. As you can see, it has returned 10. So in that way you can get or grab 3D array element. First index will be for the 2D array within the 3D array. It means if you want to grab this 2D array, then you have to specify 0 index number. If you want to get this array, then you have to specify 1. Now within this you have to again specify the same method for 2D array, row and column. Now we will discuss negative indexing. Now what does it mean? So let me create here array. We have example. As you can see, print the last element from the second dimension array. So we have this 2D array. Let me remove this part from here so that we can do it practically. So we have this 2D array. Okay, 2D. Now it says that print this one, print this element, or this one, or anyone. But this time we have to use negative indexing. Now what does it mean? So first let me show you array. Now within this array, first you have to specify row number, and the row number will be same, row index will be same. This is at 0 index and this is at index 1. So here I want to get index 1 array element. After that comma. Now it says grab this one. Now if you check from negative indexing, it means that this 10 exists on -1, this 9 exists on -2, this on -3, -4, -5. Okay, so what I will do, I will write here -1 and enter, and it will grab me this 10 element. So if I want to grab this one, I will simply say here 1 2 3 and enter, and it will grab me this element. If I want to grab this one, so -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. So simply write here -5 and enter. If you want to grab these elements, then change the row number and it will be index 0 and enter. As you can see, we have grabbed 1 because this one exists on minus 5. If I change it to 1, now it will return me this 5. Okay, as you can see. Now here exercise for you. Write in the below comment section, insert the correct syntax for printing the first item in the array. It is a one line of coding. Write in the below comment section. I'll be waiting for you. So in the next video we'll be discussing and exploring slicing arrays.